Hello everybody and welcome to Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show episode number 126. I am your host Bill Yankovi. This week on the show, going to talk about WWE, Ring of Honor, the Indies, Japan, the NWA, plus the DVD of the week. And I promise you, you're going to really enjoy the DVD of the week that I've selected. Alright, now it's been about 2 weeks since since we last did the ratings from Pro Wrestling Illustrated, so why don't I go right into it for this week. Going to start with the overall top 10. These are, according to Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the top 10 ranked wrestlers in the world today. Christian is at number 10, Jeff Hardy is at 9, Austin Aries 8, Tommy Dreamer 7, John Cena 6, Blue Demon Jr. 5, Triple H 4, Kurt Angle 3, CM Punk 2, and Randy Orton remains number 1 on the top of the list. Now, to the tag team division, real quick. Scott Steiner and Booker T are at number 10. Taiyo Kei and Minoru Suzuki are at 9. Kalen Croft and Trent Barretta are at 8. Roderick Strong and Eric Stevens at 7. Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards 6. Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes 5. Rashay Brown and Keith Walker 4. Edge and Chris Jericho 3, although I'm pretty sure that team's going to fall off the rankings next week. Team 3D at number 2, and Robert Roode and James Storm number 1 again. So now let's get right into WWE and Raw from this past Monday night in Orlando, where they actually used a celebrity to be the host, the general manager of the night for Raw. And it happened to be Seth Green of Austin Powers fame, also Family Guy, Robot Chicken. I had my hopes. Maybe they were a little bit high for what I expected. I thought the episode in general was good. And I didn't realize how small Seth Green is. I mean, he's probably as tall as my Aunt Sandy. And that's another story for another time. But, it didn't end up being as bad as I think some people thought it would be. It ended up being a good show. The 6-woman bikini match, I mean, I don't think Mickie James has ever looked any better than she did on that night. Whew, unbelievable. My favorite moment from Raw this week has to be the whole thing with Chris Jericho and Mark Henry. And it was so funny. Jericho's face when Henry was talking, and Henry's like, "I'm not your partner, I'm your opponent." And he's like, "Oh my God, he's gonna beat me." But, I gotta be honest, and I'm sure I'm gonna get my, "Oh, you're doing this because you're a WWE fan, blah, blah, blah." I've actually, over the last 3 weeks, I've actually enjoyed Mark Henry on Raw. I never thought I'd say that about the guy, but it's the honest-to-God truth. It's very entertaining to watch Mark Henry every week, on Raw since he's been there. This is honestly, I think, the best that Mark Henry has ever done in the WWE, and he's been there forever. This is by far the best he's ever done, and I really hope that WWE takes advantage of that and puts him in a big-time angle. I'm not saying put the belt on him. I'm not saying put the belt on him. Just give him a good angle. Let's see what happens. And a Big Show. Oh, my God. Somebody, I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was like, "I thought he killed Evan Bourne with that spear." I mean, if you haven't seen it, go to WWE.com, watch the spear that the Big Show gives Evan Bourne. I thought he broke his neck. The way he landed, I thought he either broke his neck or separated his shoulder with that landing. It's just absolutely scary. And then the 6-man main event, it was what you would expect with Seth Green being in it, him being protected the whole match. But all in all, I thought it was a fun show. Not saying that with, each guest host it's going to be like that every week. There's going to be weeks where it's bad, so we might as well better enjoy the one that we had this week. Now, speaking of this coming week, this Monday on Monday Night Raw, the guest, I guess you could say general manager for the night, will be ZZ Top. Yes, ZZ Top will be our guest host this Monday night on Raw. So, let's get to the Night of Champions report. It is 1 week from this Sunday night, July 26th, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the birthplace of America. You can see it on pay-per-view, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And as always, if you do not have pay-per-view capabilities, the next best thing, order it on WWE.com. Go there for more details. Now, not all of the matches have been set, but in total, 6 matches have been signed. The triple threat match for the WWE Championship, Randy Orton will put the gold on the line against Triple H and John Cena. CM Punk will put up the World Heavyweight Championship against Jeff Hardy. This next match is the biggest opportunity of Dolph Ziggler's career, as he has a shot to be the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion as he challenges Rey Mysterio Jr. Tommy Dreamer puts up the ECW Championship against Christian. The Unified Tag Team Championship match will still happen without Edge. It will be Chris Jericho and a mystery partner going up against Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. And Maurice will put the Divas title on the line against Mickie James. A couple more matches, I think 2 more matches, should be announced between now and by the time of this Sunday, or next Sunday's pay-per-view. So let's look at their rankings, courtesy of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. We're going to start with Raw. Evan Bourne is at 10, MVP 9, Jack Swagger 8, Cody Rhodes 7, The Miz 6, Kofi Kingston 5, Ted DiBiase 4, Big Show 3, John Cena 2, and Triple H still number 1 with Randy Orton the champ. On SmackDown, Mike Knox is at 10, Charlie Haas at 9, R-Truth 8, The Great Khali 7, Dolph Ziggler 6, Kane 5, John Morrison 4, Chris Jericho 3, Rey Mysterio 2, Jeff Hardy number 1, with CM Punk the champ. And finally, in ECW, Gregory Helms is at 10, Zack Ryder 9, Goldust 8, Sheamus 7, William Regal 6, Shelton Benjamin 5, Mark Henry for some reason is on the ECW list at 4, but I don't know why, Finlay 3, Vladimir Kozlov 2, and Christian is at number 1, following Tommy Dreamer. Well, that does it for the rankings and WWE for this week. Ring of Honor will be next with a big preview of Death Before Dishonor.